Hi everyone, thanks for joining today. We just split this artifact in half. We have the mammoth here. We also have some human silhouettes. You can see the white painting for the eyes. These little markings here, when you start looking closer at them, you'll notice that they're actually round eyes with pupils. Take a look at a few of these up close here so you guys can see. So it not only has the mammoth here on the top with the hump, and of course the painting for the eye. You can see the big circle here and how the trunk is pink, ending right here. But you can also see the human silhouette as well. There's probably a piece of art or character just inside that white section, but when we look at this profile, we can see that eye probably a little better. Now getting in really close there. Of course, you can see how the center of it is here, but what's really going on is there's another human silhouette on top of that. So this is what they did. They put faces on top of faces, and many of these are bird heads. We can see the representation of the bird head that is portrayed, and then that tuft again of the trunk of the mammoth. There's mammoth on both ends, I'm sure. So, I mean, it just looks like a mountain peak, doesn't it? But there's probably mountains that look exactly like that, and the reason why they look like that is because the ancient people made them. There's a lot of stuff that we just take for natural geology. This is the ear, you can see, of the mammoth. We can take it out, but they gave us the ear and they separated it for us so we could flap it. This is all burnt. It's really pretty stuff. Just wanted to share this one with you guys. I made a video about it and how they stand up kind of on their own here. And this might help to see the right side silhouette. Definitely zooming out and getting it smaller helps. And of course, in the end, it's really just two duck heads. So we see our painting for the eye there. Super nice stuff. Imagine there's a whole lot more on it. Okay, I can see here the bird pointing up to the sky. You see the bird's beak, with this being the bird's eye. So the bird's just pointing this way. For reference, if you need to know what a bird looks, that's a bird. That right there, that's a little bird. For reference. Everyone's just figuring it out now. That's why he sees birds and everything. That's why. It's a representation of a bird head with the little gobbly-doo coming out of its, between its beak and its face. We looked at a few of these the other day, and I love how the eye is done. You see the middle of the eye. So they just dug this out with their fingers. They show where they planned for this, and they took a lot of time for it. And then they also show just kind of a sloppiness and easiness about it. So we can see how I'm holding the chin. The lips are right here. They have a little bit of red on them. And then this is a big headdress on top. Let's take a look at a few more, guys. But now I don't want to jump too far ahead because I think we're missing things. We have to slow down, and we can see there's a character here with the eye. It's got a little white paint around his eye, and you see the lips all painted. Probably have another little weird silhouette here too, but you can look at the other version there, and you can see all that faint sand. It's a sand painting. You may be able to notice a handprint right here in the white, looking at the white color. At least I think that's what that is. But just didn't want to rush. You can see how the character is pointing downward. Very cool stuff. So here we have our beautiful crested bird. And you can see how the crest is done with the little red spots there. It actually looks better in the shade. I'll try to keep our focus for us as well there. But I'll zoom in on the beak so that you guys can see the details for the beak there. Just want to glance over him in the sun real quick just to give you a shot at looking at him. There's also little totem guys in here. It's a pretty neat piece, especially with the color on it. Super heavy though. Little Buddha. And of course, I need to document this too before anything happens to it. You guys can see the mammoth here. In case you haven't seen it yet, the human silhouette here. So it's a human separated. You can see the human silhouette underneath here. That's outlined. So you can see how you can line up that face with the outline there. Get that nose perfect, and you can see how the mammoth is done with the beautiful paint all over it. Reds, blacks, whites, all different kinds of cool paint. And then whenever we turn the silhouette over here like this, you can see the human here. All right, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. I'm not sure where I left off at, but I think this stuff's really neat. And we broke this one open today, but this was its own effigy in itself. So we'll go ahead and break more of these open. But to me, I think they're priceless, and I'd rather not be breaking them open. You know, so even this one, even this really beautiful, priceless one, it's gonna get snapped open. We're breaking it open. I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you. We're doing this for the research, and until this gets noticed, this needs to be researched by me, I guess, because no one else is willing to do it. And so that's, you know, as far as our state is concerned. Citizens all over the place are jumping in. People are trying to help. People are emailing me. So that's great, guys. Thank you so much. And we got some new flyers coming out. I'm going to do a video of me putting them up at the different places. I think that would be fun, just to, you know, show Fitz in the streets doing his thing. All right. Have a great one. Bye.